All I heard was riot. That's not good. That what in Portland?
Eugene.
Oh,
That's what they have. They, with a capital T, have declared it a riot, apparently.
so ICE have come back or?
They didn't go anywhere.
Oh, oh,
They didn't go nowhere.
oh my God. That's
Probably. It's something that like in 2020 when all those protests were going on, like we were in Louisville multiple times.
mm,
We went to protests in Lexington. Um, I was living in Kentucky at the time. Um, that was crazy. That
mm,
was crazy. Like remember being I remember there was a line of us protesters and a line of the cops, right? And we're like at a standoff, and they started moving down the line. They started advancing on us, so we're backing up, and then they start opening fire, their pepper balls and their shit, right?
mm,
Throwing flashbangs, and I remember this one guy, he tripped. He like got shot, tripped, smacked his head on the concrete and was bleeding out of
mm.
his head. So these medics showed up, right? These like there's like two volunteer medics there at the protest and they like show up. Now he's behind a car and the cops are just and they're like I'm sitting right next to these two medics and there's a guy who's bleeding out of his face. They're like stop, stop, stop
Mm.
what you doing. I'm trying to help
Yeah.
this. No, they had to pick him up and take him down the sidewalk. They
Yes.
wouldn't stop. That was that was 5 years ago. 6 years ago now.
Mm.
So
That around the COVID time, right?
yeah. That was after George Floyd got killed.
Oh, yeah.
Well, George Floyd got killed, and then Breonna Taylor got shot in her apartment in Louisville. She was a EMT. She was a ambulance
Mm.
doctor. She got shot and killed in her apartment because they came to arrest her boyfriend and then found out that it was the wrong name on the warrant.
Oh,
Um,
good.
Shot and killed her in her bed in her apartment. So yeah, I mean, that's been it's been pretty dominant in America recently.
How is that for you? Like, now that you got a baby, the world we live
First of
in.
all, these people don't like homeless people, and
Mm.
they don't like people that think that they're assholes, and they don't like people that are gay. They don't all the things that I'm sure you know that they don't like,
Mm.
and
Mm.
I'm most of those things. Um, and so when it comes to, I've had a Facebook since I was 14, right? And
Mm.
so that means that all the traveling, like I wasn't a huge Facebook poster or anything, but like, yeah, man, I would post stuff on Facebook all the time. And then I get older and like, my opinions haven't really changed on this stuff in 20 years.
Mm.
So in no way have I doubted for the last 5 years that I'm on some watch list somewhere. I mean, I rode trains, got caught multiple times. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I have a Facebook. Now I have a Twitter and not Twitter, but TikTok and Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff. And recently, the last like 3, 4 months or so, well, maybe 2 months, um, I've not been as silent. Just
Mm.
we were trying to build engagement and have a be and let's focus on that. And then I don't remember exactly what it was it was the it was the Portland. It was in Portland. I was like, I'm gonna go down there because one of us should be there. We're like
Mm.
right here. It's
Mm.
like $30 to go to Portland. Like I'll just
Yeah.
go to Portland for a couple days, get a hostel, and I'll be down at the protest, do a live stream, make my opinion known.
Yes.
And since then, I've had a couple more posts that were like, "Yo, this shit's fucked up."
Mm.
Like, so for me, um, I worry. I worry about my partner
Yes.
who is, you know, like me, right? Like been homeless for a long time, has very liberal opinions, does a gay, like, like
Mm,
um I worry about my friends who are still like my brother is still he's down at this festival in Arizona right now. But he's still living in his van. I got tons of friends that are still they're still riding, they're
mm,
still living in their vans, they're still hitchhiking, thumbing it. Um, Most of them don't seem to have any interactions. I don't know that it's gotten as bad as that. Like they were doing homeless sweeps in Portland, but um, I don't know. As for me, I mean, yeah, I'm just I have a hard time with being negative. It's
mm,
something that me and my partner are working on. Is I'm a really big negative Nancy. I'm very cynical and pessimistic.
mm.
Uh, and like I don't know, man. The writing's been on the wall for a while, and I've been saying it for a while. And I'm just I'm just sitting here knowing that the day is gonna come that they're gonna start knocking on doors left and
Mm.
right.
Do you think that'll creep into your music eventually?
Oh, it already has.
Yeah.
I wrote a song right after I wrote a song right now. These two songs, they're not, I wouldn't say my greatest because they're kind of out of my wheelhouse just a little bit, but I felt like I need to have a song about Luigi. I need to have a song about like when Venezuela happened a few weeks ago, right? When we
Mm,
ran into Venezuela and or took that dude. Um, I woke up, I saw that on Reddit. I hung out, smoked some weed, and um, I was sitting there in my tent because I was on the road for a few weeks at the time, and I was sitting in my tent, and I was like, man, you know who's probably writing a song about this shit right now? Jesse Wells.
mm.
You know who needs to be writing a song about this right now? You.
Yeah.
So I wrote when Luigi shot that dude in New York. I wrote a song called "Murder in the First Degree." Fighting for your life isn't murder in the first degree. And then Venezuela happened, and I wrote a song called, I just actually finished writing because I've been busy the last 2 weeks getting back home.
Yes.
Um, A Morning in Caracas is the name of that song.
Mm.
Again, not my greatest, but I was supposed to have it uploaded today on YouTube, but that didn't happen because I couldn't play it. Um, but yeah, absolutely. In fact, like I made a post at one point, this is maybe a month ago now. YouTube had recommended me a song called "The I Was Not a Nazi Polka," and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And it's this like Glee trio from the '60s called the Chad Mitchell Trio,
Oh, wow.
and they were basically like Bo Burnham, but 80 years ago
Mm.
or 70 years ago, whatever. Um, so they have that it doesn't matter. The song that I posted because I was like, this is awesome. This is oh my goodness gracious, scorched earth. And they have a song called Your Friendly Liberal Neighborhood Ku Klux Klan. You've heard of the Ku Klux Klan.
Yes.
So I heard that song and I was like, oh man, I gotta. This
Are
is,
they are
do
they,
they have this audio on Instagram because it's going on my page?
are those guys still around, the Ku Klux Klan?
Ah, they Oh, the Ku Klux Klan?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. Oh, yeah, they are. Yeah. I don't know
Yeah.
why I even have to think about it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
like in Arkansas and Mississippi. I don't know if
Yeah,
they
right.
call themselves the Klan anymore,
Okay.
but they're definitely there. Um,
Interesting.
and so I made a post on Instagram that was like I stitched a bunch of footage of me riding a train together, a couple different trains together. And in the beginning, it's just like a video of me, and I'm on my train, and I'm looking out, and I'm like, hmm. And on the screen it says, "Life's pretty good when you're not a racist," right? And that was it. That was the whole post, and it was that
Mm.
song, Your Friendly Liberal Neighborhood Ku Klux Klan." The number of people in my comments that just went full.
Bang. Yeah.
I was like, "Yo, y'all are a problem. Y'all got to go." So I left them up. I left the comments up because I figured maybe one day they'll reflect. maybe we need to see how far gone some of these people are. Like, I don't want to, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna delete this one. I'm not gonna delete that one. Like,
Yes.
Les Blackwell responded to this one and made you look like an idiot. Like,
Mm.
I'm not gonna take that away from us. But now it's like, yo, y'all, shoot, auto ban, get out of here.
Yes.
We don't want you. I don't want you on my Instagram or my YouTube or my
Yeah.
shows or my house, my community. Get out of
Yeah.
here. I don't know. I never in a million years thought that, and I know that 35,000 or 37,000 or whatever it is on Instagram right now, I know that's not like massive,
Mm.
but it's in no way did I ever think I would have 37,000 people on
Yeah.
Instagram listening to my stuff. That never happened. And
Absolutely.
it's been kind of, the last couple months has been like, oh, I mean, I do have a platform. I mean, my posts are getting anywhere between 5 and 15,000 hits on average, right? Like,
That's awesome.
um, so it's like, hey, right now, if you have a platform, I saw a post the other day that was like, if you have a platform, you need to be speaking up right now. And if you're not speaking up right now, you need to be worried about that, not your branding is
Yeah.
what you need to be worried about your neighbors being killed.
Yeah.
That is more important than TikTok.
Yeah.
Um,
Absolutely.
and so yeah, I've been like, all right, nah. Yeah, see, I have a mullet and I play this music, and so I don't know. I guess y'all think I'm some kind of idiot or something, but like I read books, man. Like I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Nah. So yeah, it's becoming much more and more a part of the music that I write. Maybe not necessarily the music that I'm going to release, because like I said, I'm not Jesse Wells. I'm not as clever with my words. I'm not writing these protest songs that are as good as they are.
Like there's pop country, and then there's like the grassroots sort of country style. So I just wanted to get your opinion on sort of pop, and then they're trying to put rap with all these different styles of country, and like combining the styles. So, what's your opinion of it? Taylor Swift, for example, she started in country. Now she's the biggest pop star in the world.
So I was a weirdo in school. I was really ignorant, and I thought that because the people who made fun of me or whatever they were doing in school, right? I thought that they were the first of all, the Southern accent, it slips out here and there, but um actually it's we're older, right? But I just thought my whole life that it makes you sound, God, you sound like an idiot. Oh my goodness gracious, you sound so dumb.
I
So
love
it
it.
it it so when it comes to like country, and not just country, but like a lot of hip hop too, like a lot of hip hop. I didn't get into Mac Miller until like 2021. And the moment that I did, I was like, oh my God, I have miscalculated. This guy
Yeah.
is so good. What the
Yeah.
fuck? I've had to tell people the whole time this last like 2 years, year and a half or whatever, that I'm bad at music. I'm bad at introducing myself to music, right? So people
Mm.
be like, this guy. I'm like, no. Have you heard of this guy? No. I haven't. And they're like, big star. Like, I didn't hear about Bad Bunny until all of the Republicans were mad at him. I was like, who the fuck is this guy? Oh, he's okay, cool.
He's gonna sing at the Super Bowl, and he's gonna sing it in Spanish.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been excited. I've been excited. I bet I only pick up like 30% of it, but
Uh,
um, so those two things being true, I'm bad at introducing myself at music. And for a long time, I thought that just country music as a genre, I was like,
mm.
bad music. Um, but then, I mean, stuff started changing. Like I said, I started listening to Double Makes Three. I started kind of expanding my horizons. And one of the things that I just cannot stand is this bastardization is not really the word I'm thinking of. I've heard songs that are in this poppy kind of Garth Brooksy late 90s Brooks and Dunn style country that's
Mm.
just, for a long time I hated. I mean, Brooks and Dunn is fine, Garth Brooks is fine. Um, Not great, but whatever. Like I've seen people that they got their start making hip hop. They're like white kids from the deep South making hip hop, and then they shift to country music and
Mm.
they start writing songs about like pills and my truck and my girlfriend, blah blah. And it's like you've never fucking what? You expect me to believe that at 24 years old that you lost everything in the divorce? What are you talking about, dude? Like you're
Yeah.
22.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Like you have
Yeah.
never been there. And the reason is one of the things that blew my mind, blew me away when this first started happening and we went to Nashville and we started meeting all these people, no one is writing their own songs. No one.
Yeah.
No one. They get five people in a room and they all write the song together. And I'm like, I mean, number one, first I'll say that like I mean like Paul McCartney and Lennon, right? Like there's nothing wrong with songwriting groups. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's like you guys aren't a songwriting group. You're a commodity writing group. You're literally just like it doesn't matter. Every song is about the same thing. A literal computer could have written it and it would sound exactly like what you're doing right here.
Mm.
Like it is cliche. In my opinion, it's kind of boring. Um And I don't, again, I'm bad at music. So I'm speaking a lot of opinions about music, but I don't
Mm.
actually have any I don't actually have any details or evidence to support what I'm saying.
Mm.
Because a lot of times somebody will be like, "Hey, have you heard of Imagine Dragons?" And I'm like, "Yes, I know that there's a band called Imagine Dragons. I know that I have heard the band called Imagine Dragons, and I remember when I heard them that they sounded pretty good.
Mm.
That's all that I got, right? Like,
Yeah.
and I know that there has been a lot of country music that I've heard in the last 5 years because it's hard for me to call it country, man. You guys are playing
Yeah.
pop with a violin.
That's right. Yes.
Like,
What is country now?
dang, Blake Shelton has that song called Some Beach. That's one of the most country songs I've heard in a minute,
Yeah.
man. I love that
Yeah.
song.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's not perfect. It's no Johnny Cash or Willie, right? But like,
Didn't Beyonce
uh,
bring out a country album a couple of years ago?
yes, and she won a Grammy for it.
Yeah, right. Was it good?
Yeah, everyone
I've
was
never
really
heard it.
mad about it. I remember that happening now that you
Did you
say it. Yeah.
did you hear any of the songs? I didn't hear any of the
No,
songs. No.
I did not.
Yeah, she turned up to the award
The
night and she
CMAs. Oh, it wasn't a Grammy. It was the CMA that she got.
CMA. Yeah, she wearing a country cowboy hat and
Ah, I
the
do remember
boots and
that.
everything. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But I guess
yeah.
I mean my thing is that I would never harp on I don't know if you've ever heard of the Suicide Boys.
No.
They're a hip hop group. They do kind of like Ghostman style kind of like or Pouya that whole they probably all tour. I know Pouya travels with them, but I hate them. I cannot stand them.
Mm.
I couldn't tell you the name of any of their songs. I couldn't tell you what they sound like, but I know I've heard them enough times, especially living in New Orleans the times I have, because they're from the West Bank in New Orleans and Metairie, West Bank and Metairie, and I don't like them. I don't think that they're very good,
Yeah,
but I respect it, right?
yeah,
Like y'all are making art. I'm making art. I'm not gonna be like, look, your art is not for me, but I'm
yeah,
sure you might be a good guy,
yeah,
right? Like, and a lot of it comes, I think, not only from the industry side of things, but also hip hop kind of being such a huge global dominating force in the last 40 years,
mm,
has created, it seems to me, now that I've experienced at least a little bit of the industry, it seems to me that like the industry people, the execs, all the A&R people, I totally get that they're in it for the money, right? And when, someone like Eazy-E starts a group in the 1980s, I can totally see them being in it for the money. I
yeah,
get that. It makes sense to me. But that mentality has infected every single aspect of some of these genres and some of these corners of music. At least it seems to me
hmm
that it's it doesn't matter what it sounds like. It doesn't matter what we say. It doesn't matter. Like none of it matters. I don't need to write anything emotional. I don't need to write anything that's uncomfortable or revealing. at all. I could just make shit up and they'll eat it up,
Mm.
right? And it's like, okay, but like that doesn't really feel like like I guess it's art, I guess, technically. I don't know. You just kind of sound like like Morgan Wallen. Like what you know why Morgan Wallen? Ooh, sorry. You know why Morgan Wallen is popular? Morgan Wallen is popular because Hardy writes all of his songs. And Hardy is a fantastic songwriter. He
Mm.
writes the story that I heard online, and I've of course don't know these people, but uh the story that I heard online is that much like Skrillex, who was a death metal bassist that sat on the couch one day and was like, dude, I bet if I made Bro Step, I would make $1 million. And then did that, right? Like that's what I've heard about Hardy is like
Yeah.
Hardy, I don't remember what it is that he was doing, but he wrote one song for Morgan Wallen or no, it was I'm Rednecker Than You was the name of the song, Rednecker Than You. Uh, and he wrote it as a joke is what I've heard.
Mm.
And it
I just went viral.
blew up. And he was
Yeah,
like, oh, y'all like that.
right.
Oh, I
I
can
got
do
some.
that all day. So I think there's a commodity aspect that I wish would kind of ease up a little
Mm.
bit. I don't think it's ruining art in any capacity, but it is kind of like on the forefront.
Yeah.
Um, so I don't know. I feel like people like Taylor Swift are about as fake as it gets. They're just about as fake as you could possibly be and still call yourself a musician.
She was the same, mate. She was out there writing music for at least six or seven different country artists,
Yeah,
and
and
at the
she's
start,
not untalented.
mm,
That's
just blown up to the extreme now.
yeah.
She's like
Uh,
huge.
I was belting maybe a little too hard like the day or two before I had the session, and
Right.
um, yeah, it was for so a couple days before the session, my voice was feeling a little bit like this, and then
Mm.
I have experience with that though. Like I used to drink. It's disgusting how much I used to drink. So I
Like the
would
whiz.
I would wake up in the morning sometimes. Man, will you pass me the cigarettes over there? Because I still gotta go busk in a second, man. Like I gotta pull out my Tom Waits songs and sound like I'm a junkie real quick. Um,
It's like Bon Scott, where he would he'd drink till he pass out, and then when he wake up, he'd have a beer there on his counter. He's like, "Oh, you start drinking again."
sick. Bon Scott.
Love Bon Scott. I just saw AC/DC last month, 2 months ago.
Yeah,
Got
I
it,
honestly, man,
gotta love
most of the
them.
time, forget they're Australian.
Yeah,
Like totally forget about it.
yeah. It was one of my dad's first shows. It was he saw them with Bon Scott in the early days in the 70s. It
Oh,
was my it was
what a
my
lucky
first
guy.
show. My first show
And
in
then
the late.
and so he saw him with both with Brian and Bon.
Oh, my dad did. I too
Still too
young,
young.
so I saw them in the late 90s the first time, and then yeah, 2025. I'm taking my dad to see AC/DC. It's just incredible.
I get
And
it.
Angus comes out in his schoolboy uniform. He's got the white hair. He gets on his knees and runs on his knees still. God love him.
I
I
remember when
just
Black Ice came out and everybody talked on it. Like they were like, "Oh, this is garbage," and I was like, "Yeah, it's not great, but what was the one song? It was like Ball Buster or something like
oh
that
rock or
on Black.
bust. Oh,
Yeah,
ball breaker. It's all
Ball
rock.
Breaker. That was it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Rock or bust. It's all just.
That song was awesome.
They said, "Come on, this has got to be your last year," and then they announced like a tour of North America and South America for this year, and it's
Most
like they're
big
still,
bands do that. Every
yeah,
time I see someone or hear someone talk about a farewell Grateful Dead show, I'm like, which one? Like, which fucking farewell tour was it? Like,
it's the same as Kiss as well. Like Oh yeah, this is our
Yeah,
last farewell
they had
tour.
a last tour in like 2003 or 4. And they're still
Yeah.
touring. Or I think well, because fucking Ace Frehley died.
Yeah.
Uh, and Gene is a douche. I don't know that they're still touring.
Uh,
Actually, now that I
they,
think.
they did a show in Vegas, unmasked,
Oh,
without the makeup, like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Um,
wow.
but yeah, they're still. I don't think Gene and Paul are. They're the same. They're just gonna play until their final breath. But it's all they know.
Yeah.
That's really all they know. It's
Like
just.
Ozzy,
Oh yeah.
but
Ah,
worse. Ozzy.
yeah.
Mm, I
Love
mean,
Ozzy. Yeah, he just.
asshole, but you know, Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah, he just.
Ozzy's like Lemmy, man.
Oh
Except
man.
Lemmy didn't make it as long as Ozzy did.
Yeah.
I read a Rolling Stone article when I was in like middle school or high school that they had an interview with him, and they were talking about how that dude for like 20 years he ate red meat, smoked cigarettes, and drank fucking whiskey. Like
Yeah.
that's what Lemmy Kilmister lived off of for like 20 years. Healthy as
Yeah.
a newborn seagull. I just made
Yeah.
that up.
Well, well, Aussie stopped years ago, but
I don't even know what that
let,
means. Newborn seagull? What the fuck?
I should cut that out as a short
Write
video.
that down. Write that down.
Yeah, that's a good title for a song. He'd fill your bottle up. There was a I was watching a documentary, and he filled the full of whiskey, and then got the Coke out and just put a little bit of Coke out. There's like, there you go. But man,
That sounds like a Lemmy Kilmister thing to do for sure.
he hit it hard, but he was just all rock and roll. That was his whole lifestyle. Never got married, never just living the rock and roll dream, you know?
Sorry, I'm actually writing that down right now.
Yeah.
See, that's another thing that happens with songwriting too, is that like I never really know where I'm gonna go
Yes.
until I'm already on my way, right?
Mm.
Um like I'll uh like I get so frustrated with myself because I see people like I saw a video where it was like Luke or an article or something like that where Luke Bryan and what's his name? It'll come to me in a second. Where like he sat down with him and they wrote like 4 songs in a night, like those two guys in a couple hours. And I'm like, save some pussy for the rest of us, dude. Like, come on, man. Like, I'm over here busting out like 2 songs, 3 songs in a month, and you're going in for 45 minutes. You got two, and I'm like, ah. But
Tell me about the origins of your name, Donut,
oh,
and uh,
this.
and tell me
I'm so
about
glad that people in high school didn't know where it came from.
tell me about what it means now. Does it mean the same as what it did before? Because a spoiler alert, I can see your real name down the bottom there on the screen.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Um,
I didn't know it was Andrew.
well, I said it. I thought I said it to Donut, but I guess not. I honestly, I don't really care. I think that like usually when I'm at like if I'm like off the road and I get a job at a restaurant or something, like my boss knows that my name is Andrew.
Right.
Probably a lot of my coworkers know my name is Andrew, but when I introduce myself, I'm like, "Hey, I'm Donut. What's going on?" And I've had a couple people in the past be like, "I refuse to call you that," and I'm like, "Okay, what's your name?" Allie? I
Mm.
refuse to call you Allie. Like, I'm gonna call you Allison. Like, do you hear how dumb that you sound right now? Like, so when we were in middle school, I was like 12, and I was drawing some comics, and I had this like group of 2 friends, and we were like the class clowns that hung out together. Um, we were all like, dude, we should start. I had these comics I'm drawing. We should start a club. We should start like 007, man. We need some code names in here, like now. We started calling my friend Bradley Twinkie because he would wear yellow and white all the time in layers, layers. He would show up in like January, February, March, April, May. Like May, it's hot outside. We live in Millbrook, Alabama, and this dude is showing up in a yellow jersey with a white sweater and a yellow jacket. And we're like, Bradley, it is 85 degrees outside right now, dude. What are you doing? Um, and so we're like, you're Twinkie, dude. Like, good, like easy. And so we were like, oh, pastries. Because Allie had a shirt that had ding dongs on it, like the hostess treat. I don't know if you guys have hostess in Australia or Shanghai, but it had a shirt had ding dongs on it. It said "bite me" on her shirt. Started calling her ding dong. So I had started watching. Um, I guess I had watched kind of, but I had started actually like watching Red versus Blue, which is machinima. Are you familiar with Red versus Blue?
Mm, no.
It is a bunch of guys in Texas back in like 2001 that played Halo, and they turned their Halo game into a TV show
Yeah, right.
that they put on the internet. And in that show, there's a character named Franklin Donut who, and this is why I said I'm really glad that when I was in, middle school and high school, that nobody in Alabama is watching, besides a nerd. No one but a nerd is watching Red versus Blue in Alabama.
Yes.
So I picked, Donut. Donut dies in like the first two or three episodes. He gets a grenade stuck to his head and he blows up. He doesn't die. He goes back to command, and when he comes back, he is no longer in red armor. He is in pink armor. And they make this
Mm.
joke, oh, why do you have pink armor? And he's like, pink? I'm not wearing pink armor. This is lightish red armor. And he's like, no, no, your armor's pink, dude. And so from season one on, like after Donut comes back, like the jokes just kind of start turning into, oh, he's gay, but he's not. Like he's just like really flamboyant. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I gotta figure out where my cream is, and I gotta go get my copy of Vogue magazine, right? Like just stereotypical
Right.
gay jokes, which I guess maybe aren't in the best of taste, but
Mm.
um, we were picking pastries. Donut was right there, and I started introducing myself as Donut sophomore year of high school. So my first real girlfriend called me Donut. And then when I started traveling for real, I mean, travelers have like, hey, what's up? My name's Squirrel. Hey, what's going on? I met a lady in, I want to say Texas, that willingly went by Cat Piss. Was She introduced herself as Cat Piss, and I was like, okay. I mean, look, Donut's a dumb name, but
Catfish.
that's,
A little
you sure
extreme.
about that? Okay. I'm gonna get out of here though. Um, So, no, it doesn't really, I think, mean the same thing anymore. Because, like, back when I was a kid, the first 5 years of the nickname, like, it wasn't something that people called me. It was more of like a interesting piece of lore about me, if you will. Um, and now it's
Stuck.
I literally introduce myself as Donut, and when people that I work with call me Andrew, it's like, I'm not gonna tell you not to call me Andrew. I'm just gonna point out that you are not my boss or my parent
Yeah.
or my partner.
Right.
You could call
Yeah.
me Andrew if you want, but I have literally introduced myself as Donut, and you said, "What is your real name?" And I'm like, I don't know what that question means because you asked
Yeah.
me for my name, I gave you an answer, and you don't believe me.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I see your
Hey,
ID? No, what are you, a cop, dude? Get the fuck out of here.
are you gonna call Ozzy Osbourne by his first name or real name? Are you gonna call all these Ace Frehley by his real name?
Emma Stone's name is Emily.
There you go.
The only reason that she goes by Emma Stone is because you have to register with SAG-AFTRA when you're an actor, and there's already an Emily Stone.
Oh,
So
there
she had
you
to pick a different name to register with the union.
go. Got it.
Emma Stone. You gonna call her Emily?
Yeah.
But I get it, right? I mean, I understand people have names like John and Henry. And so when I say donut, they're like, oh, they either say that's a cool name or they say, what's your real name? And I'm like, I don't know what a real name is, I guess. Um, yeah, so I started traveling and I already had one. Like
Yeah.
I didn't have to go through
Pretty
we're gonna
sweet.
start calling you
Yeah.
bum napkin or something. I don't know, whatever.
Cat piss. Oh,
There you go. My brother, we were sitting around a fire and we had just got him started travel. He ran away from home. I promised I'd come and get him if he ever did. I went all the way across the country from El Paso, Texas to go and get him from Birmingham, where he was not supposed to be. He was supposed to be in Mississippi because he had a warrant.
ah.
And so we started messing with him and calling him Skippy, making him go and get all the sandwiches and stuff. Eventually we're like, you could just tell us no, right? Like, you have that power. No, I'm not going to get you a sandwich from McDonald's. It's like, okay, cool. Um, we're sitting around a fire one day in the woods and me and my buddy are like, Jacob, we're gonna start calling you obnoxious, man, because you are about as annoying as a you're about as annoying as a wet fart. And yeah, and so this dude, my brother he looks at us and he goes, "Yeah, I'll be obnoxious. I'll be obnob for short." And we're like, we're making fun of you though. Like, this isn't like that we're making fun of you." He's like, I don't care. So his name is Obnob.
Isn't it funny how those names just stick? I have a group of friends in Australia, and they call me my real name is Craig, obviously, but I got friends at home that call me Cambridge, Cambo. It got shortened to Cambo, very Australian, but Cambridge, and
You know, I have never thought about a word that sounded very Australian,
mm.
but that definitely does now that you mention it. That's
Yes,
super fucking Australian.
everything so E or O at the end of it, and everything is shortened. Monday is now Monday. Yeah, give it to me.
Now I'm gonna fuck it up. I'm gonna fucking try. And I don't know. I've had one or two or now it's see, this is my problem. Ever since I left theater about 5 years later, every time Australian and English mix in my brain a lot. But I remember that I was living with my dad in Phoenix, Arizona, and that was bad. That's not how you say Arizona. Um, and I had a job in Michigan doing beats. And I remember I got in my car, and I don't remember, like 2,000 miles or something like that. And every time I would stop at a gas station, I would say I'd go stopping for petrol, as they say,
Yeah.
and I would walk in and start talking like this, and they fucking somewhere in Illinois or something, I don't know. This is very sloppy.
It's
Um,
coming. It's going in and out of South
in
Africa
and
and
out.
New
It's been a long time
Zealand,
since I've
and yeah, yeah,
practiced.
yeah.
I
That's
did
good,
enough.
bud.
I did like 3 years of theater in high school. I spent one
Right.
year in Meridian where they didn't have a theater program. Scottish, English, and Australian
Oh,
were
Scottish.
like I love it. I
Scottish
I
is
still
like
I still remember my fucking my there's a word I used to call it my anchor phrase for Scottish. There's a movie called The Water Horse,
mm,
some just a silly little Disney kids movie about the
mm.
Loch Ness monster being like a pet, like a cute little thing, right? And there's a scene where the kid is talking to one of the adults, and the guy's telling him a story about this guy who met the monster in the loch, and he's gonna give him a ride across. And so he gets on to the monster and they go out into the lock. And the kid's like, well, did he make it? And the guy goes, I don't remember. No, see, that's Australian. Fuck it up. He's like, I don't. He either. Oh, I can't even do it anymore.
I don't
The
remember.
line was I don't remember. He either
I don't remember.
made it to the other side of the lock or he got pulled under and drowned.
Oh,
And that was the end of the scene. Lock, lock, lock. Big, big, heavy L's. He made it. See? Oh, you got me
there
messed
you go.
up.
There you
I
go.
used to be so good at this.
Like the Steve Irwin, like very popular in the US, the Crocodile Man.
Look at
Yeah,
this. Look at this beauty right here.
yeah. I'm
Now
gonna jump.
this mother right here, she's been around for 45 years. Fucking Steve Irwin, man. Get the hate
Ah,
that guy. I love that guy.
yeah.
Um, his
He,
son
he
is
uh,
too.
he passed away, unfortunately. He got killed by a stingray, like filming something underwater.
I
You know,
remember. I
oh,
was like 12.
he's a naughty one. I'm gonna jump on this crocodile. Oh, look
My
at him, he's
my
biting at me.
favorite thing that Steve Irwin has ever that I've ever seen from him was a video, and he's got a snake, and he's holding a snake, and he's talking to this lady here, and he's, oh look, hey, there's a snake, and then the snake bites him in the fucking neck, and he's just like, I think I think it's biting me, and she's like, are you serious? And he's like, yeah, he's got me. It's good though. It's like Steve, stop.
Yeah. So,
No, doing accents is really fun, and I wish that I was still as good at it as I used to be. Me and my friend in high school, we had a bet one time that the bet it was a contest, not a bet. The contest was who can go the absolute longest, including at home,
oh,
talking in an English accent, doesn't matter which one, uh, nonstop. And
wow.
we went long enough that students and teachers were like, listen, you have to stop. You can't you have got to stop doing this.
Any plans? Like you said that you had some downloads from Australia. So, are there any plans? Is there any like any managements or any sort of bites?
I'm working with a guy now
Mm.
that is we're working together to try to get me on, yeah, hopefully in a perfect world as like a support act for, you know, a bigger name or two or three bigger
Mm.
names that have some tours across the states this year. Um,
And sorry, I tell you, there, Donut. Now is probably the best time to come. So you probably missed the boat this time, but in Australia, the biggest country music festival is right now. It's called the
oh,
Tamworth. It's like it's no like New Orleans. It's the biggest festival in Australia, and everybody goes there in the country music. Not only just in the country music, but just original bands just go up there and
yeah.
play. And people are camping in the woods and
Yeah, we are really into the idea of getting our. I've never had a passport, and so that's something that has to happen first, obviously. But
mm,
there's been a couple bands, two band members from separate bands that I've talked to about like this industry is just it's more receptive
mm,
in Europe and in kind of like between Europe and the Middle East and Southeast Asia and
mm,
Australia, like the people there are much more receptive to artists. So it's from there, what they were telling me was that it was easier to go to England and have this really nice, you know, explosion of people, right? Like, oh my God, you guys are great. We're all gonna go buy your album and this and that and come back and put you on a tour and let's go play in Spain. And just the opportunities are what they were telling me were wider. Like there was a wider net of opportunities there
mm.
just because people are more Like and I'm ignorant here because I've never been to Europe, so I can't really speak from experience, but I can speak from experience that Americans, as far as our government for the last 50 years, doesn't really give two shits about artists. They don't care. For someone like me who's like cannot function without medication and help in the regular world, it sucks because especially now, it's what I've been trying actually really, really hard to do for the last year.
Mm.
um, Nobody wants to do anything, right? Like, what I mean is, everybody wants to do something. What I mean is that, it oftentimes it feels to me as though the process is being made to be convoluted on purpose. Well, I know that that's true. I just mean like it feels like there's a lot less DIY and a lot less uh chance taking for artists that sound good. Like it's like if you can't fill 200 to 500 seats with your name alone, then no.
No,
Like
watcha.
that's what you
Yeah.
need to do, right? And it's like I'm not saying that that's not true elsewhere, but the people that have played elsewhere come back and tell me that, oh, it was awesome. Oh, it was awesome. Um, and like you were saying, like you have these bands and you're playing in China and they're all like, oh my God, thank you. Blah.
Yeah.
Um, and I guess like people like music like that in America too. They just, I don't know, they don't look at it as a real job.
It's a very, here in China, especially in Shanghai, there's a very, it's a growing underground scene here. And it's all a mishmash of all different styles. I definitely think that you would fit in very nicely here with a couple of shows in Beijing, Shanghai, Hong Kong. I think your style of music would definitely throw a curveball in there anyway, with your style of
I've
music. So,
I've been saying in the last 6 months or so when people ask me, you're familiar with the Black Keys?
yes.
Yeah. So what I've been saying is that I wonder what the Black Keys would sound like if they had a banjo player,
Yeah, right.
right? Like, so when people ask me like, well, what do you want to do, right? Like the next 5 years, like what do you want to get into? And it's like, well, first of all, I need a band.
Yeah.
That's first step is
That's
I
what I was,
need to have a band. And
that's what I was going to ask you, but don't you think you could still do it on your own, or
absolutely,
or you,
100%, right? Like I could do it on my own. It's just it's less fun.
right?
Like that when you're playing with other people that you vibe, you pick up on, right? It's like, oh, I'm
For sure.
I'm into it. I'm floating, right? And by yourself, it's like, well, if you play well, if you have a good performance, it's really easy to catch that, oh, this is good vibe. But, like I said before, if you have three people that suck at their instruments, they could play them, but they suck, and you send them out in New Orleans, they're probably going to make more money than the one dude with a guitar who's really good.
Yeah, right.
Because they're louder, they draw more attention, they're bouncing off of each other, they're energetic, right? Like they look better.
Mm.
And
So
um
my question
oh,
is then, would you consider ever moving back to New Orleans to keep that the more vibrant music scene rather than Eugene, or are you settled there?
I'm not settled here.
Okay.
Uh Definitely I don't want to live in Eugene for the rest of my life. I don't know if I like to live in New Orleans for the rest of my life either. That can get
Yeah, I understand what you mean.
it can be a slippery slope
Mm.
in New Orleans for sure. I think I'm more equipped to handle it now that I'm 30 than I was when I was 24 or 23,
Mm.
right? Um, but it is so easy to just, and not just drink. It is so easy to do whatever you want. They call it the Big Easy for a reason, right? Like
Mm.
it is anything you want. What do you want? Yeah, I
Yeah.
know a guy. He lives in the eighth. Let's go. A 20-minute walk.
Yeah. So, how have you dealt with addictions?
A lot of my songs I'm writing about stuff
Hmm.
that happened, right? Like in Ghost to You, there's a line, my socks are gone, someone stole my shoes.
Right.
Because I fell asleep on a bench after eating a bunch of pocket cookies and I woke up and the girl I was hanging out with stole my shoes and socks off of my feet
Oh
while
my
I was
God.
sleeping on the bench. Um, Meth, dope, crack, and coke. I wrote that song in
Mm.
Chicago. We were about as sober as can be. We didn't have any alcohol or any drugs.
Mm.
And I was like, this guy I was hanging out with had just taught me the chords for Hot Tamales by Robert Johnson.
Mm.
So I used that same chord progression and was like, what do we want to do right now? We want to get high on anything. Coffee and cigarettes and alcohol and meth and crack and dope. That's what any of whatever you got. Mushrooms? Sure. I don't care. We're sober and in the freezing cold snow right now. It was like January or something. Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, I've never really been I've never been addicted to drugs. Addicted to cigarettes, which are drugs, alcohol, which I guess is technically a drug, but the hard drugs, meth,
Mm.
heroin, crack. I've never had a drug problem,
Mm.
but a lot of my friends did.
Mm.
A lot of my friends did. So many of my friends are dead because they had
Yeah.
problems with heroin, right? Like it's kind of like Eminem never killed people, right? Like he never murdered his wife. He never raped somebody in a Jason mask, right? Like, but he still has that's in his music, right? Like,
Mm.
um, and so, a big part of my life is alcohol, and a big part of my problems are alcohol. And so I write about, I was writing about alcohol quite a bit,
Mm.
in the day, and now it's a little bit more emotional and personal the last like 8 years or so.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, I don't know. I think that I just kind of wrote about mostly how I felt about myself. Uh, obviously meth, dope, crack, and coke is kind of like I wouldn't call it a joke song. I mean, it's a serious song, but it's not, it's not deep and poetic, right? Like it's very superficial. We're sober and it's cold, and I would like alcohol or drugs or anything,
Yeah.
please. And that's another thing that's really cool too, is that a lot of people really connect with that aspect of my music, or at least what they see in it, right? You
Mm.
kind of see what you want in art. And that is really, really cool. There's a lot of people that message me that talk about how I've had all these problems, and it sounds like, this is how I felt when I was going through these problems. This has helped me with this problem, or my dad died, and this is blah 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 blah.
Mm.
And that's just been that's
Yeah.
been pretty cool. I
Yeah.
think to have, like be that person for people that I've never met, right? Like, um,
That makes you want to keep going, right?
it has been extremely motivating. I said that
Mm.
the first thing I said was money, and then it felt bad because it isn't just money. It's just like it's motivating. It is extremely motivating to make more art when people are like, "Hey, I really like that. Like that's really good." I'm like, "Oh shit, I'll make more."
Yeah. And how are you writing the music? I'm always interested to find out. Is it a riff that you, or is it a lyric or a melody or an idea? How does it all
Both,
start?
both.
Yeah. Yeah.
Usually it's either a lyric or a riff. So if I'm fiddling with my guitar and I do something, I'm like, oh, that sounds cool. Hold on, let me grab my phone and I'll record it. And it might sit there for weeks. It might sit there for months
Yeah.
before I'm like, okay, I need to write a song. So let me go through my list of crap that I've been like, hey, this sounds pretty cool. And I'll listen until I find something that I'm like, oh yeah, oh yeah. Now let me go look in my notes and see if there's anything that usually there's not. Usually I have to start from scratch, but sometimes there's stuff in my notes that I'm like, "Oh my God, that's a great line. That's so good. What?" Like, and from then the song will just go from there. Like I'll pick a line. With Gown and Mad Dog is a great example where it's like I didn't know what to write about, so I literally just wrote about me and Jude, who is the guy that said Gown and Mad Dog is a song, brother. Like that's
Yeah.
crazy. And I just wrote about my best friend and me. Um, and it, like I said, I don't know where I'm going most of the time until I've kind of started to go there. And then
Right.
I'm like, Eminem is another really, really, really big artistic influence on me,
Mm.
um, which is kind of contrasted to Kurt Cobain because Kurt Cobain is very lazy with his writing, whereas Eminem is not.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think that they're both valuable skills. Uh, I love the care that Eminem puts into the way that words fit together and
Yeah.
sound together and rhyme together. Uh,
That's a talent.
and I try to emulate that, right? Like I try
Mm.
to be like, okay, well, I don't like this line because it doesn't rhyme in the middle like I want it to. Like
Mm.
I need this rhyme in the middle of the stanza and then rhyme with the end, right? Like, um, yeah, I don't know. I've never like this is the first year I've ever really thought about my process, right? Like how do I
Mm.
do it? I just kind of like sit down and I'm like, oh, that sucks. Oh, that sucks. Oh, that sucks. Oh, that's good. Let's keep that one. Oh,
Yeah.
that sucks. That sucks. That sucks. That this one's good though. So let's keep that. And then I'll just fill in the blanks.
Go through it. Right.
Right.
Right. Love it. I love that. Social medias, Donut. Where can we find you for our international listeners?
Yeah, we've got an Instagram and a YouTube channel. Right now we have a TikTok, but I don't know that that's going to be a thing for very much longer. We have a website at donutlarsenmusic.com where you can, and a Bandcamp as well, and you can find my album there. You can find upcoming shows on Instagram and my website. Um, Yeah, and then we're working on getting a Shopify set up too, so that we can drop
Oh,
ship
nice.
merch from the internet. I don't know. I think that's going to be pretty limited to the States at first.
Okay.
International shipping gets
Oh,
up there
yeah.
with that stuff. Yeah, but we're working on that. It's just been hectic lately. Um, yeah, but we're around, you know. Um, And as soon as I know stuff, it usually pops up on Bands in Town is where I put in all of my upcoming shows, and that populates to Spotify, which we also are on Spotify. We're on Amazon Music, YouTube Music, Pandora, really anywhere that you get your music, you can find us there. I think we're even on SiriusXM at the moment.
Awesome. Our Chinese listeners, we have QQ Music over here. That's the biggest one streaming service. So I haven't
We
checked that.
we we distribute to like I think it's like 65 or 67 different platforms
Yeah,
worldwide.
right.
And a bunch of those are like CapCut and stuff for like audio clips for videos or whatever. But
Nice.
um yeah.
And
Shazam. We just
oh yes,
just got
nice.
our stuff on Shazam so that we can be Shazammed.
And plans for the future, Donut? What's happening musically and tour wise? Plans for the future.
Right now we are pretty focused on getting touring in the States.
Okay.
But it would be really nice to, by the end of the year, have a passport. And I mean, in a perfect world, by the end of the year, like the last quarter of the year, in a perfect world, I'm in Australia and the UK.
Mm.
Um, I don't know that I hold out super high hopes for that, but that's the vision board plan. And if by the end of the year, then getting in next year, I'd like to be flying out to Australia and Vietnam and
Mm.
UK and Switzerland to go play. Um, yeah, so if anybody wants to buy me a plane ticket and let me sleep on their couch, I'll get the
That's
passport. You buy the food.
awesome. All right, and to finish off, I just asked some quick questions. Give me your
Lightning
top.
round.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Give me your top three favorite things of all time. So, first off is bands. As of today, who are your top three favorite bands of all time?
Right now, Eminem's always on that list. Well, so outside of the huge artistic influences, so I'm not
Hmm.
gonna name like Jack White and Nirvana and
Okay.
Eminem. Prof is on that list. Toto, weird enough, is on that list. We've been listening to a lot of
Nice.
Toto recently. My daughter
Well,
really, really likes Toto. So,
they supported
um,
Journey 2 years ago. They were
wow,
fantastic.
wow, they're still touring.
Yes.
That's pretty crazy. Watsky is always a go-to for me.
Nice.
I like a lot of hip hop. Well, I like a lot of. I'm not really versed in mainstream hip hop, but
Okay.
I like the hip hop that I like. Like I said, I'm bad at listening to music, new music.
Your top three favorite albums of all time.
Wow. Albums of all time as of today. Zeppelin 2.
Oh, classic.
Um, man, the last full album I listened to was just Rage Against the Machine. That first
Mm.
album is really, really good.
Ah,
I'm gonna just throw one out there. Dark Side.
okay.
I have a
Okay.
hard time listening to one song from Dark Side of the Moon
Okay. What was the first guitar you ever bought?
that I ever bought.
Yes, with your own money.
I don't remember the model, but it was a cheap, like 99, $120, something like that, Squire
Ah,
acoustic that I bought from I don't remember somewhere in like northern Louisiana or central Mississippi. I don't remember. I had just started hitchhiking. I didn't have a guitar, and we got a job. Hell, I don't even remember what we were doing. Some guy picked us up hitchhiking, gave us a job, paid us like I don't know, 150, $200 each. And we got a bunch of beer and cigarettes. And I was like, yo, I'm gonna go get a guitar with the rest of my money so that I have a guitar.
nice.
Squire. Yeah, it was a Squire. But the best guitar I've ever bought is that one. This one right here. This is a Breed Love. I've only bought three guitars. I bought that Squire is one. I bought a mahogany Yamaha in 2018. No, 2017. And then I bought this Breed Love last August. And this is easily the best guitar I've ever owned.
Okay.
I mean, I had that $6,500 Taylor for a while, but I like
Right.
this $1,200 Breedlove better
Better.
than the Taylor.
Better sound
Yeah.
or okay.
Oh
Nice.
yeah. Taylors are bright, man, and this one is
Yeah.
just it sounds like somebody's in the guitar going boom,
Yeah.
it's just deep. It's just deep and
Right.
bassy, and it is perfect for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Your top three favorite movies or TV shows?
Oh, this is probably a little bit easier. Um, my favorite movies and TV shows. Is it this one? Yeah, Invader Zim.
Oh, come
It's on that
on.
list. Invader Zim's on that list. Uh, I'm gonna do both. Invader Zim, Full Metal Alchemist, and
I love the
like
I love the thought
Breaking
process.
Bad, right? Like Breaking Bad,
Yes. Classic.
Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Uh, and movies right now. Oh, Fallout's pretty good too. Fallout's been really good recently. Movies right now. Superman is on that list. The new Superman.
Hmm.
I God, it was so good.
Yeah.
All right, Rocky Horror Picture Show, Superman, and now I'm trying to decide if I like The Lion King or Mulan better.
That's
I think
that's
I have to
that's
go with The
tough.
Lion King.
Mm. Last one, Donut. Who's your greatest inspirational hero and why?
Hmm, I'm gonna go with Eminem. After all the Jack White and the Kurt Cobain and the Black Keys and the Devil Makes Three, at the end of the day, I think that if you're looking for somebody whose story of struggle and success, and someone who used that success for the betterment of their family and friends and the people around them and their community and city, uh, and not just that, but he is very, very private, a very
Mm.
private individual, but the evidence of his humanitarianism is not hard to find. Um, Even with all the violence, even with all, and that's another thing too, the absolute unbelievable happening, right? Like, or not happening, but like the way that all of that played out, bro, like 1997, no one on the planet thought that a
Yeah.
white dude was gonna be that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And anybody is telling me that he is not easily the best MC on the planet
Yeah.
right now, they're wrong. You're just wrong. You are object. It's like saying the Beatles suck. It's like, okay, you can not like the Beatles music. That's fine. But to say that the Beatles suck is just wrong. It's just,
Yeah.
you are not correct.
Yeah.
You're not correct.
Yeah.
And I
You
feel the
gotta
same way about him. I think that
gotta
he
respect
is
him.
a genius
Mm.
that is on a level of wordsmith, same level as Shakespeare. Like we
Mm.
should be treating the shit that he is writing about. Like I'm not saying that we should teach it in schools. It's violent, it's full of curse words,
Mm.
it's inappropriate. I get it. But like him
Yeah.
standing up to censorship, him standing up for his adopted trans daughter and his legal like and his birth daughters, Haley and what's her other name? I don't remember because I'm a terrible fan. Um, Rebuilding pieces of Detroit and buying lots to give to organizations that fund the building of shelters and things like
Yeah.
that. Starting a spaghetti, weird, but spaghetti company in Detroit that gives out free food to homeless people. Like
That's amazing.
he is an inspiration.
Yeah.
And for work ethic too, that dude is fucking always working. It's
Mm.
ridiculous.
And you don't hear that stuff about the charity stuff because it's a boring news day.
He's
But
quiet about
yeah, that's the thing. But like, it just people don't hear about those good things for human life. Giving back to the community. So yeah,
it. Yeah.
that's a great. I think that's a great pick and a great way to finish off. Donut. Thank you very much for your time again. Um,
Thank you so much, Craig. I really appreciate you letting me on and chatting with me.